community. So thank you and welcome back. This is Spirit Guide. So yeah, so I just wanted to we had a little bit of a spirit chat moment or spirit talk moment. And unfortunately it froze. But it was still good because I got a shot of the table, which I would have probably never gotten. And I'm thinking about, like, I'm putting the channel together, we're growing, and I'm thinking about including thumbnails that are not about the video, but just about like the energies. So I don't know. It's an idea. I'm trying to flesh it out in my head, and I'm trying to see how that's going to look. Okay. All right. So let's get into this reading now. So this reading is, let me timestamp again. Here you go. All right. So this energy is going to be from Sarah Brooks. Okay. This is her energy. The last video, and I don't know if I'm going to put it out because, I don't like putting out things that are too early, right? So I can put out a video, let's say, that says, oh, Sarah Brooks, decided that she's not going to testify or something, right? And because that's what the message I'm getting, and I put it out at the wrong time, and what happens is that creates a problem, right, for just everybody involved. So I don't do that. And of course, I don't put predictions. I don't do predictions. I am in their energy, and they oftentimes will show me things because they're showing themselves. They're looking themselves, and I'm in their energy, so I'm seeing it. Okay. So I'm very careful what to do and what not to do, but yeah, we'll see what happens. Okay, we'll see what happens. All right, so right now I'm in Sarah Brooks's energy, and I'm trying to see how she's doing behind bars, because I know behind bars for Sarah Brooks must be. I could imagine it would be a problem. Oh yeah, look what's on the bottom. Confidence. So I really feel like, and a lot of my decks the decks are very different. As you see, they're not the same. And sometimes not sometimes, that's what I have to do. Because it's the energy. You have to get the energy that best matches the person you're talking about. So it's just like if you came to me for a personal read, I have all these cards, plus I have an additional set of cards I use, and those cards are not what I use for YouTube. These are my YouTube cards. All the cards you see me using, I have about maybe 20 or 18 decks, and they're all YouTube cards because these energies correspond better with YouTube, with the general population that's on YouTube. And in particular with Sarah Boone, this energy and this energy is best for her. This one I'm going to try. I don't know if this is going to work with her, but these two work out very well with her. Okay. And Darrell Brooks, this is his deck, but it's changing. It's now becoming the other deck. Okay. So the decks go with the energy. So that's why mystics, tarot readers, I call everybody in the community mystics. So we all use different tarots and different methods because it has to match the subject, okay, the person that we're reading, okay. And I don't know about everyone else, but I know I typically cannot read myself. I cannot. And I'm okay with it. I'm always the last person to know what's going on in my life anyway. So, all right, so let's go ahead. Let's go through this. All right. Can I please? Okay, these are upside down. Hold on. No, they weren't. Okay, let's put it back the way it was. All right, so, wow. All right, I started it, so I'm going to take it. Okay, so honesty. So I started saying divine, show me a sign, and then this came out. So honesty, right? Honesty, the flame of truth, okay? So we're looking at Sarah Boone's energy behind bars, right? Behind bars. How is she doing? Okay. And what came up is that she is honest. Okay. She is experiencing honesty. And she's experiencing honesty on a level of a soul level, right? It's not like I'm being honest because I have to be. She's in quarters that she does not want to be in. Okay. When she first got there, and I didn't realize she's been in jail for 2 years. When she first got there, she of course didn't want to be there, but she wasn't giving people a hard time. She look who showed up, the fledgling. Yeah, it's her. Right? Yeah, I'm gonna take that. That's her. She fits in wherever she is, right? She fits in wherever she is. And the fledgling is that. It's a person that just fits in where they are, right? That's Sarah Boone. She fits in where she is. So she's not what we think she is. We think that she's like this, you know, Karen, and in jail they're having fun with her. No. Mm-mm. She learns how to fit in very quickly, right? And the other card, interestingly enough, right? This is who she is turned into in prison. Okay? So yeah, so she's okay, there we go. All right. So she's turned from the fledgling, the person that can fit in anywhere. She can fit in anywhere. She's gorgeous. She's on this card. She's gorgeous. She's feminine energy. She has a lot of feminine energy, right? This is how she went in. This is her now. She's the warrior. Okay? So in prison or in jail, this is what Sarah's doing. This is who she's become. Maybe that's what honesty is about. Maybe that's who she's always been. Right? Because look, it's like damsel in distress to the warrior. Right? And it said honesty. Intuitively, I'm getting this is who she's always been. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh. And look at the card number order. 1, 2. And remember, I pulled those from the bottom of the deck. And I shuffled those. You saw me do it. Yeah. So maybe that's the transformation that need to happen. That's who she is. Interesting. Mm-hmm. Okay. Might be who she is, but that's who she is now in jail. That's her. She does not back down from anyone or anything. She's a warrior. I hope she's not starting problems. I don't think she is, but she's a warrior. And if you look at her face now, like in her she has some trial or something, it was like a 2-minute trial, and the the attorney was confirming what I said a few months ago, that nobody wants to work with her. That's what I bet. Nobody wants to work with her. The attorney don't want to work with her. The people who are helping get her out don't want to work with her. But she's under divine judgment, right? That's her justice. She's under judgment, okay? So, but look at his face. It looks similar to hers, right? So she went in with very feminine energy, and now she's got this warrior, which energy we associate with being masculine. But I'm getting this was her all along. This was really who she is. See, this is her part 2 of her life. Remember we talked about that part 1, part 2? This is her part 2. This is it. Maybe this is the person she was afraid to be. Maybe she was afraid to be a warrior. Because in society, if you're a warrior, people will start lying and things about you to get you in trouble. So she had to be, yeah, that's it. And look on her forehead. There's a moon or something. Look, right here, honesty. There's a moon. Yeah, blessed reading. This is it. This is so in jail, she has been forced to be honest, to be who she is, to show out who she really is. Her part 2. So this is her part 2, right? This is the part of her life where she's got to now be honest with herself. And here, she was the fledgling. She was anything you wanted her to be, right? It's a lot easier to be something someone else wants you to be than what you need to be, than who you are. A lot easier, right? That's what Sarah was doing. That's what she was doing. And if you even look at her chest here, yeah, there's no breast showing or anything, but look at her chest. It's on fire. So she was like, what you call it? She was like hiding, right? She was hiding, and there's fire here too. She's hiding. She was being this Queen of Wands, right? This would be Queen of Wands. She would be this. She was this Queen of Wands, beautiful, seductress, everything, right? As she sees herself in her mind, and but internally, that wasn't who she was. Internally, she was the warrior, right? She stood up for herself, and she just was a warrior. And she would, all like, I'm intuitively getting that she would get into fights and arguments with random people, and she would have to win. She would have to win at all costs. That's what a warrior does. Okay, so she's now become the person that she probably has always been meant to be. Let me get one more energy on this, please. Can I have one more energy on this warrior? Is there another energy on the warrior? Okay. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Blessed reading. That's it. Yeah. When I asked for reading energy on the warrior, look what came out. She is now focused. She's focused now because she's the warrior. So she's focused. She now has choices, and she knows she has choices, good or evil. She's got choices now. And look at the number at the top of the card. 46. Isn't she 46 years old? Blessed reading. So now she has choices, right? So she's aware that she has choices right now. She's aware of that as the warrior. And the last one that came up, look, individuality. And look at the number on top. She might be turning 47. Okay? Individuality. She is now able to be who she wants to be. This warrior with focus, clarity, choices. I channel clarity. Clarity is not out here. Clarity, choices. She's an individual. She's now, interesting, she's now free. She's able to be, she's able to be this warrior without restriction. She's being honest, right? She's being honest. She's able to be a warrior without restrictions. When she was a fledgling, she couldn't do it. That's her in society. Okay? Yeah. I mean, we already know she doesn't really have family. Everybody walked away from her. So she's able to be and do. It's like a freedom she's never felt. That's what I'm feeling. It's a freedom that she's never felt. What was stopping her from being this freedom in the fledgling? What is there an energy about that? There may not be. I may be pushing it, but I want to know. Is there an energy? Why did Sarah Boone not feel free as a fledgling? What was the problem? These cards don't come in the upside down, so let me ask it one more time. Yeah, I don't think this deck has it. Okay. It says conclusion. I don't. That's not it. Okay. Let me meditate a little bit on that. I feel like it's not the card, but I feel like it is the card. It's something deeper. Maybe I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen it yet. There's a conclusion. There was there was a conclusion being drawn about her. Got it. Okay. That makes sense. Yes. So in society, there was a conclusion that was drawn about her. The conclusion in society, like her family, her parents, her everything. In society, they drew a conclusion that this was Sarah. That was the conclusion they drew about her. That she was a fledgling. She was anything you want me to do. That's who she was. But really, that's not who she was. So a conclusion was drawn about Sarah Boone that is not accurate. Okay? It's not accurate. Sarah knew it was not accurate, but she wasn't able to be honest. So when she became in a situation with other individuals, right? And I'm assuming at this point, she's facing conflict and things this way, right? She then said, you know what? I'm going to become the warrior. I'm going to become who I really am. I'm going to show them who I really am. And when she showed that, guess what? The first thing that came out were her choices. Well, really, the first thing when I shuffled was focus. So when she became the warrior, focus came out. So she began to focus. Even if you look at her haircut is very focused, very tapered, okay? Then she had choices. And that starts to happen in life. Once you free yourself from your own boundaries, your own problems, your own embarrassment, choices start to come out. Because then people feel more confident around you, okay? So choices, and then from her choices became individuality, right? So Sarah is now an individual, okay? We wouldn't even be surprised if she came out and her hair was long like this again, because she's an individual. She's going to do what she wants to do. She's going to go and become who she is, because now she's got this warrior spirit, right? She's got this warrior spirit where she is able to not only, she's not manifesting at this point, but she is able to command attention now. She is not whiny any longer. She's not upset any longer. She's not a fledgling anymore. She doesn't feel this need, the societal need to be this person anymore, right? She doesn't need a man around her anymore. She doesn't need a family. She doesn't need anybody. All that's been taken. Divine took it all away from her. Now she's her warrior. Okay? And remember I said part 2, look at the number on top. Part 2. That's it. She's in the second part of her life. She's in the second chapter of her life, right? The second part, whatever I called it. I'll link the video below talking about the parts of life, okay, as I see them. I could be wrong. I don't have any authority in this. I'm human just like you are. I just use my intuition. I use my gifts. I use my divine given gifts and strengths to interpret what I see, so that everybody around me can be able to understand specific situations as they unfold, okay? All right. Ooh, nope. They just flew out on their own. Oh, I didn't even shuffle. I got 2 into this. Yeah, that's interesting. It's the conclusion that people drew about her, which was incorrect. And honestly, it was the conclusion. Let me pull it up so you can see it a little bit better. Honestly, it was the conclusion she drew about herself. Okay? People will only draw conclusions of what you show them. That's it. It's what you show them. Okay? Whoa. That's an internal energy there. Good. Those are her cards. Okay. That makes sense. This is her deck. Okay, gotcha. May I please have an energy, only a 5-card spread, please? We have a lot of information on how Sarah Boone is adjusting to jail. May I please have some energy on Sarah Boone? How is she adjusting story-wise in jail? How is she adjusting? So we know she's undergone a personal transformation and internal transformation. She's finally let out who she is, the warrior, okay? And again, in jail, she's not anyone to be messed with. They're not messing with her like that. They're not messing with her because she has turned into the warrior. But that's who she always was a warrior. She just had to be this person because that's what society said she would be. Why am I getting 4? Okay, I'll take them all. And look who came out. Let's see if anybody can know. I'll give you a moment. Let's see if you can guess which card came out. Which energy flew out with the whole deck. Let's see. Okay, so here we have, oh wow, okay. I jumped to a conclusion. I'm gonna show you in a minute though. But it still counts. It still counts. It's her card. So here we have hope, right? Hope. So she's hopeful in jail. She's hopeful. I don't, in the last reading, I'm gonna put it out when it's time to be put out. It was very difficult for me to do, because I'm trying to keep myself separate from this. I'm trying to keep my opinions out of this. But when I saw intuitively and I channeled something, a paper that she was looking at, I wasn't happy with what I saw. Okay, but she's hopeful, so it must have been true. She's hopeful. She's hopeful. Okay. The next one is Princess of Wands. That's why I laughed. This is Sarah. So she's in energy of young, because usually she's the Queen of Wands. She is Princess of Wands. So she's in this younger, more confident. Yeah, look at her. More confident warrior energy. Look how she's holding her wand next to her, right? She's very confident. Okay, she's very, you're not gonna mess with her. Okay, kind of energy. All right. And then unfortunately, a tower has hit. Okay, I don't know what the tower is. The tower has hit her. The tower has hit. Let's find out what this tower is. What's the tower that hit you? Judgment. Okay. All right. Wow. All right. All right. So the first one that came out, I said 5 cards. This is 4. Is Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Wheel of Fortune and upright. Okay. May I please have the last energy? Ooh. Okay. Change. Okay. All right, change. So the tower that hit her is change. Okay, because that's what I was asking for, was the tower. There was a change, and the change that occurred, we talked about change here, and the change could also be the situation that she put herself in, right? The situation she put herself in with this alleged, well, I don't even know if it's alleged, like she's on video, but this alleged crime. So that could be the change as well, right? So this was something she needed. This is the second phase of her life. She needed to reveal the real inner person. She needed the warrior to come out. She was way too passive. That's the problem. She was way too passive when she was in society. And society, because she was so passive, society concluded that this is who she was. Okay, so she had to show that this is not who she is. Okay, and I don't know if that's gonna work, now. Why would you do that now? But yeah, so that's what she's basically going through. The tower that hit, the tower was change, right? There was change to happen. And then with the Wheel of Fortune, it was time. It's good fortune. It was time for her to change, right? If you don't remember, like, if you don't heed these warnings of change, heed these warnings of becoming who you really are, showing who you are to society internally, moving with purpose and goals, what happens is divine will rain a tower in on you. Okay, so we're all here for improvement and growth, right? We all move towards, we're ascending. That's what this journey is about, this human journey, right? The spiritual journey and the physical one. We live life, and then we live it to ascend. Eventually we will all ascend to the next level, right? That could be heaven or whatever you believe in. Okay, we all, if you're human and you, or even anything that has a heart that beats, understand that contract is the heart will stop beating at some point, right? So we all ascend. That's an ascension. It's an ascension. It's going up, right? So she had a tower thrown on her because she was just like, it's like she was being reckless. Well, she's reckless, but she was being reckless. She was just being out of control. Her behaviors were escalating in this energy because she it's not who she's supposed to be, right? She's not supposed to be this passive person. You could do what you want to me. I don't care. That's not who she is, okay? This is who she is, okay? In this body, if that makes sense. She's this in this, and just their faces, and this body. That's who she is. So it didn't match, right? It didn't match. So now she is this, okay, in this body. Or better yet, she's that in this here. This is almost exactly how her haircut looks. This in this body. This is who she is. She's a warrior. Okay, she's focused. Right? So that's who she is now. And she had to do it. And Divine said, you had to do it, so I threw a tower at you. Now, that's not saying the tower is this man's death. No. I mean, no. That I'm getting that was not supposed to be. That's not what it was. The tower was her facing herself. The actions that she has been charged with doing, that's on her. That has nothing to do with Divine. That is on her. Divine does not control our actions at all. All Divine does is if Divine sees and looks in on us and sees us doing something or existing in a way that is not one with the self that he knows or she knows. Remember, Divine knows us before we were conceived. We were all sitting with Divine. We all start off as beings of light. So we were all in, wherever, sitting with Divine. We're just all sitting there. It's like related, right? So we're all sitting there, and Divine is not seeing us as a baby. Divine had not created us as a baby yet. Divine is seeing us as the finished product. So Divine sees us as our higher self at all times. Divine's not seeing this whatever we get ourselves into, right? So Divine, when Divine checked back in to see what was going on, he said, or she said, Divine said, okay, tower. All right, let's go. You took too long. You need to transform. Her actions are her own. We all have free will. We all have free will. Divine cannot change that. So what Divine does is when the towers hit us, and they hit us hard, Divine is just throwing a tower in our way to shake us up, to put us on the path he needs us to be on, or she needs us to be on. Okay, that's it. How we get to that path is up to us. Meaning when the tower hits, if the tower hits and you were living in the street, then living in the street is your action. It was a series of actions that you somehow help put yourself in, okay? Or somehow hit you, or whatever you want to say, okay? But that's you. That's you. When that tower hit, that's how you presented at that tower. Okay, you see what I'm saying? If a tower hits and you're sitting in your multi-million-dollar mansion, and in your multi-million-dollar mansion, you're cheating on your spouse, guess what? It doesn't matter. The tower has hit. The tower's still going to hit you. It finds you where you are. So how you present to the tower is up to you. It's up to you. It could happen while driving. You're driving and then all of a sudden something happens, boom, the tower hits. The tower hits, no, it doesn't cause an accident, because when the tower hits, when it hits you, understand, tower has hit someone else too. Okay? The tower doesn't just hit one person, it hits other people, but you may not know that person. Okay? So the tower hit, you could be driving and you make it home safe, so there's no accident, but as soon as you get home, all of a sudden, no, I don't want to say that because I don't want that to happen to me, but as soon as you get home, all of a sudden you park your car, and then the repo man comes and takes your car. As soon as you parked it, you walked up the street, repo man came right behind you and took your car. That's the start of your tower. You understand? It's however you present yourself during the tower. That's on you. So for Sarah, she presented herself for the tower. So the tower hit her. It might have hit her that night, the early morning of the prior day. It might have hit her a week before, which maybe made her act a little differently because she's trying to go from this to this, right? To this. This is more the warrior. I'm not insinuating that there's any kind of gender bending going on. I'm just trying to say, maybe I'll use this picture as the warrior. This is her. Look, it's her. Look at her face. Okay? So she may have already been trying to go from this to this. She's been trying to do it. And unfortunately, her actions were poor. Okay? Her decisions were not good. All right? In trying to transform into this warrior who she really is. Okay? So yeah, so that's it. There's change here. She still wands, she's still, except right now she's in Princess of Wands energy. So she's feeling the best of her life. She's feeling young and just all kinds of love. She's hopeful about the future. Not all of us care about that, but she is. No, I don't really care about that. Wheel of Fortune, this is where she needed to be. This is it. Okay? And it's very similar to Darrell Brooks's energy. Even though he's angry where he is, it's kind of like the cards keep saying this is where they should have been. This is where they should have been. Okay? All right, so thank you so much. And let me get a last energy on this. I don't know if these energies will work on Sarah Brooks. Boone, why do I keep saying Brooks? Oh my goodness. Sarah Boone, I don't know if they're going to work on her, to be honest with you. But I'll get it, and if it doesn't come out, if it doesn't make sense, then we know it's not. I really don't think these are her cards. But let me try it. Oh, okay. Okay, Close Encounters. That's the card that came out for her. And then the Rose's Kiss. Yeah, see, I don't think these are her cards. Yeah, these are her cards. We're gonna just ignore these. They came out 9 and 10. 9 and 10. Yeah, those aren't her cards. Because Close Encounters talks about what do you call it? Getting away with something. And that's not what we have here. She's not getting away with anything. Close Encounters, that's what it's talking about. Like not it's like getting away with something, or like, when you say it's, oh, that was a close call. That's what Close Encounters is talking about. It's like a close call. And the Rose's Kiss, let me look that one up. I know this one, the Rose's Kiss, talks about finding new love. But we already knew that she already, like, intuitively we picked up that that there is someone else there. That she has someone else prior to going to jail. Right? So let's see. The Rose's Kiss, number 9. Let me be accurate with this. Okay, number 9. Joy, experiencing pleasure. That's exactly what I said. Experiencing pleasure and enjoyment. Acknowledge. Maybe this is her. I don't know. Oh. Okay. Maybe this is her. Yeah, the other one I'm not gonna read because I mean, yeah, I'm gonna read it because you know what? Here's the book it comes out of. You can get it yourself and read it. Connecting with nature, enjoying the sensual pleasures of sex, and or of being aware of the sensations of taste, smell, sight, and sound may be important now. How do the sheets feel? Can you Reach out and feel the heat and softness of your companion animal nestle beside you. Be present to another person. See them and let yourself be seen. This is hers. This is hers. Yeah, see yourself and let yourself. Okay, this is hers. Um, you may be a spiritual. Oh, sorry. This is an invitation to get out of your head and into your body. You may be a spiritual and intelligent being, but right now the emphasis should be on a sensory experience. This is a sacred part of the gift of life. But by being present to the sensual world, you invite a deeper spiritual experience. Amazing, isn't it? Perhaps it's time to stop and kiss the roses. Okay. Well, I mean, I'm not going to interpret that. Y'all can do what you want with that one. And the other one is 10, but 10 is talking about getting away from something, but that's not her card. So we're not even going to take that's not her card. All right. So whatever. Maybe I shouldn't even did the energies card, but this is interesting. Y'all can take with that what you want. I have to put an 18 plus on it now. But anyway, so that's everything here. But yeah, but part of this card is correct. And again, I'm not saying anything, hopefully, about anyone's sexual gender. This is not sexual. This card, unfortunately, was. But this is not. This is about transformation, right? Something that card said, getting out of your head. Maybe that's what this is, getting out of your head, living reality, right? Stop with this passive, everything is they're gonna work it out for me, and she's now working it out for herself. That could be really what this is with that transition, right? And that sounds a lot like really what this is. She's learned to get out of her head and stop. Everybody's gonna fix it for me and fix it for herself. She's focused. She now makes choices in her life, and she has become an individual. Yeah. So her tower had to hit and change who she is. That's why she has good luck, because now it's like she's taking ownership of who she is. Okay. All right, everybody. So this is the most interesting read. But anyway, so this is Sarah Boone's update. How is she adjusting to jail? Okay. All right. So I will see everybody later. Have a beautiful, blessed, and abundant day. Bye bye, Spirit Guide. Hi everyone, it's Spirit Guide. So yeah, so thank you so much for watching the entire reading. This is just spirit talk kind of. So that reading was difficult for me, as you can tell, because really the deck I wanted to stay with was the black one, because that was giving me the most energy and it was giving me the most ideas, and it was really linking in with her energy, okay? And that's something as an empath I do struggle with, because sometimes, the way empaths read tarot, if you watch a lot of tarot on YouTube, you can tell we read very differently than actual psychics or mediums that use tarot as part of um, their gift. There's actually books out there on how empaths read tarot. So even though we're reading the card and it says something, or the energy you're reading it says something, you're trying to stick with the story, but as an empath you actually see, like, with your eyes, with your mind, with your heart, you see another story because you're in that person's energy. And a lot of times you'll notice I'll go with what I see as opposed to what the card is saying. But anyway, so hopefully you enjoyed it. I really did enjoy bringing it to you. And thank you so much for being a part of this journey. Bye bye.